Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing very well. That's because Manchester United's summer window is coming along very, very nicely after confirming the deal for Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna, the young Dutch striker coming to Manchester United. United had followed suit in signing another young player with massive potential in bringing Lille's Leny Yoro to Manchester United, and this has been confirmed on the club's website. We're seeing the videos, we're seeing the pictures of Leny Yoro in a Manchester United shirt, in that new Manchester United shirt. And of course, we're also seeing a video of him chatting to Rio Ferdinand and all those kind of different things. He is officially a Manchester United player. And this is a transfer that didn't look like it was possible because it was felt that maybe Leny Yoro was destined for Real Madrid. Real Madrid didn't want to stick up the money in this transfer window. They would rather have waited for next summer in order to get him on a free transfer. And Manchester United were willing to pay the transfer fee that Lille wanted to bring the young Frenchman to the club, a player with massive potential on all accounts and someone that was highly sought after, with Liverpool and Real Madrid chasing his signature. He has chosen Manchester United though, and again, this is a sign that Manchester United are moving in the right direction with their transfer policy in terms of buying younger players in deals which could seem to be shrewd. Of course, now, if Leny Yoro goes on to fail, people will point at the transfer fee and say he wasn't worth the money. But it would be a shrewd deal if he goes on to give us 5 to 10 years of service and fulfill that potential that he does have. Of course, we'll get stuck into all the ins and outs of the deal. We'll have a look at what the Athletic are saying at the moment. And of course, look at the official statement from Manchester United and everything else surrounding Leny Yoro to the club. We've also heard who Manchester United may be lining up next as well in a potential transfer. So we'll keep you up to date on that at the end of this video. But right now, that official statement from the club is Manchester United are pleased to confirm that Leny Yoro has joined the club subject to registration. The French defender has signed a contract until June 2029 with the option to extend for a further year. So a 5-year deal with a potential 6th year on that. At the age of just 18, Yoro has already played 60 first-team games for Lille. Last season, he was named in the Ligue 1 Team of the Season, having helped his club finish 4th in the league. Leny Yoro said, "Signing for a club with the stature and ambition of Manchester United so early in my career is an incredible honour. Since my first conversations with the club, they set out a clear plan for how I can develop in Manchester as part of this exciting project and showed a lot of care for me and my family. I know about the history of young players at Manchester United and feel it could be the perfect place to reach my potential and achieve my ambitions together with my new teammates. I cannot wait to get started." And Manchester United finally showing a project to these players which they could seem happy to join. We're not just going for people on big wages, on big transfer fees, someone looking for a final payday. We're going for players with it all to prove and with their careers ahead of them and with the potential to hopefully do massive things for Manchester United and massive things for themselves as well. People that were concerned that maybe he was using this as a stepping stone for Real Madrid. That length of a contract means that, he's here for the foreseeable future unless Manchester United will be getting a big old transfer fee out of Real Madrid if they did happen to want him. So Manchester United don't have to worry about that, and I doubt we would have put any kind of release clauses or anything in there in that transfer deal. It's not the kind of thing Manchester United want to be doing. We want to be signing these younger players to build them up, develop their potential, and hopefully win trophies for Manchester United for an awfully long time. It's good to see, man. It's really, really good to see. Dan Ashworth, the sporting director, said Leny is one of the most exciting young defenders in world football. He possesses every attribute needed to develop into a top-class centre-back, having had such an excellent start to his career. We are excited to support him in reaching his immense potential here at Man United. This club has a fantastic record of developing young players, whether homegrown or brought in from elsewhere, and giving them the required guidance, time and patience to grow and flourish. Under Erik ten Hag and our excellent staff, we will ensure that Leny has the perfect platform to achieve the success that everyone at the club is aiming for. Leny Yoro is a Red. Fantastic news. Mason Greenwood has also completed his permanent transfer from Marseille, to Marseille from Manchester United with a £31.6 million deal as well. One which includes a 50% of any fee which they may receive in the future, which I think is a fantastic deal for Manchester United given the circumstances and given Mason Greenwood's massive ability. Look, no one's doubting his ability. For me, he was the best teenage player I'd seen at Old Trafford since Wayne Rooney. His ability to score goals, was second to none. He's an absolutely fantastic striker off both feet. But we know what happened. He has to move on to pastures new. And now he has. He's going to go to Marseille. If he does well there, gets them in the Champions League, maybe plays in the Champions League, then you could potentially see another big transfer for him elsewhere, which would mean Manchester United get further fee for him. So yeah, interesting transfer there. But that brings in a big bunch of the money that we basically spent on Joshua Zirkzee. So Manchester United at the moment will be, in a decent position in terms of outgoings and incomings. We also sold Willy Kambwala as well to Villarreal, and there's potentially other transfer deals happening. Different players being linked with moves away from Manchester United. So Man United will need to recoup fees, and hopefully we'll do that. And we've started to do that already, which is quite an impressive start to our summer. Manchester United beating Real Madrid to the signature of Leny Yoro though. And David Ornstein has done an article as well. Says how Manchester United beat Real Madrid to the signing of Leny Yoro. On Wednesday around 9 a.m, a plane carrying Leny Yoro left Brussels, Belgium, bound for Manchester. Attempts had been made to bring the 18-year-old defender to England the previous evening after he decided to join Man United rather than the Spanish and European champions Real Madrid, but he ended up flying the next morning. Real Madrid obviously in for him, and the transfer fee, as explained by David Ornstein, is a fee of £52 million, potentially rising to £59 million. We looked at the deal for Jared Branthwaite, and we I think that the eventual bid that we made was around £50 million, including add-ons and stuff like that. Obviously, Everton played hardball. We moved on elsewhere. Now, it'll be interesting to see if we revisit that. Matthijs de Ligt was seemingly on a plate. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I'd like to see us complete that deal. If we're not going to go on and get Jared Branthwaite, I'd like to see us bring in another centre-back as well. Obviously, we've got Lindelof. His contract expires next season. We've got Harry Maguire as well. Those two players could potentially be used to bring in a transfer fee or used as a really good fourth choice. If we can bring in, we have Lisandro Martinez already. We have Leny Yoro, who's replaced Rafael Varane. If you can bring in another, then you're in a really, really good position, in my opinion. And I think we need that, especially when you consider, hopefully, we'll be fighting on four fronts for trophies. So that's the contract, the deal, according to David Ornstein, a fee of £52 million, potentially rising to £59 million with a 5-year deal with that potential, obviously, for an extra extra year. He also talks about how he's a generational talent and so on, and he has been massively rated, and someone that hopefully United can bring into the club and develop. We've seen so many players down the years come into the club, have massive potential, not develop. We need to start changing that. And so far, the changes that the club have made above the manager, you're looking at the likes of Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, etc., have been absolutely fantastic. They're giving the support to the manager, bringing in the kind of players that Man United should be bringing in, young players with lots of potential. We're doing that right now. Hopefully we can combine that with some of the players that we have at the club and have a bright season. But it's good to see the way we are going. Now, we also hear that Manuel Ugarte is the player that Manchester United will target next. Florian Plettenberg have said after finalising the deal with Leny Yoro today, Manchester United are set to continue pushing for Manuel Ugarte. Being told he's still high on the list of United, and the 23-year-old central midfielder from PSG is keen to join Man United. A player that plays in that holding midfield position, a place that we do need to strengthen in. We also need to strengthen, I think, it depends what's going to happen. We've got Sancho, we've got Anthony that play there. Something needs to happen on that right-hand side of the midfield. And bringing in the kind of profile of player as Ugarte would be good. Scott McTominay is being linked with a move away at the moment in time. Christian Eriksen could potentially leave. I think bringing in another midfielder is important. Adrien Rabiot was interestingly available and free at the moment. And we've been linked with him in past, transfer windows. I wouldn't be surprised to see something happen there. Sofian Amrabat's also being lined up. Now, I'd be questioning all of those signatures, Ugarte included. To be fair, I haven't seen too much of him. But again, it's the kind of profile of the player that you want to see. Young player, lots to improve on, and lots of potential as well. So let's see how this one goes. But we still need to do a bit more business. But so far, so good in terms of the transfer window. I just hope we wrap up that second defender, whoever that is. Fingers crossed, Matthijs de Ligt, in my opinion. Although I wouldn't mind seeing us sign Jared Branthwaite as well. It's just going to take an awful lot of money. And seemingly, the Matthijs de Ligt deal is there to happen. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. For now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.